What's going on, everybody? At some point in this podcast, you're going to see the reality of filming in your parents' house on a virtual podcast. So, sorry for the audio issue with me speaking when I'm muted. This was my first time recording this podcast, and, anyways, enjoy the podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Catch a Glimpse podcast, episode 22. Bro, we've been doing this for 22 weeks. Does that not blow your mind?
That is kind of crazy to think about, especially because that was just in the summer that we started doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's
And then,
I don't know.
because we've essentially doubled that in weeks of YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just the podcast, but like 22, yeah, we're definitely getting in there with the amount of videos we've uploaded.
We're grinding.
It's kind of crazy.
We're grinding out videos and grinding out podcasts, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I had this cool thing to say. So that was a quick intro. I don't know if you guys like the quick intros or long out intros, a little bit of short talk. But I
think just to note,
yeah.
Frankie isn't here this week.
Frankie's not
so if
here.
you're on Spotify or iTunes, you don't hear him talking.
He's just
on YouTube
today.
You don't see him. Yeah, maybe. But he's not here this week. But we're still doing the podcast, so
right. We got to keep on going. So there was this not scenario, but I had a talk with a friend yesterday. I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but I'll just say his first name. His name's Peyton. Okay. And I had a conversation with him, and I was showing him the podcast and stuff if he ever knew about it. He goes, "Yeah, I saw it in my recommended." I was like, "Your recommended? Wait, sir, you saw our podcast in a recommended section?" He goes, "Yeah, it must be just because we're local." I'm like, "Then how many other people have seen it?" Right?
Yeah.
Who's seen it and it's just like, "Oh, I remember these three. I'm not gonna click on it, but I remember these three." I just how many people have actually seen it and just watched it or not clicked on it?
That's crazy to think about. Even, I mean, they could have clicked on it as well and maybe just knew who we were or something, and then just not kept up. We don't know the exact user that was seeing our content. Right. So there could be local people that have clicked on it and been like, "Wow, this is actually a good podcast," and kept listening. So if you are one of those people, thank you.
Yo, I don't know.
So that's kind of crazy to think about.
I don't know if we have people from across the waters like we used to, but if you're still here, we love you, and we still haven't heard from you. But
we'd love to.
We'd love to talk to you.
It's the same thing on YouTube. I haven't looked at our statistics in a while, but the click-through rate and the
watch time.
all that, yeah, all that stuff, it tells you when it's been recommended to people, and it will tell you when people click actually through that recommendation. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely a chance that some of those people have stuck with us, but
right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know if YouTube has the same feature as Twitter does, but Twitter shows you when somebody's actually read your tweet and clicked on it. So it's I uploaded a tweet a couple nights ago, and we were waiting for Vanguard to come out, and I was like, the company was like, "Oh, the game is out right now. Everybody hop on." And then I tweeted saying, "Yeah, but let me load the game first." And over 300 people saw it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if YouTube has that function, but if it does, it's like an ego boost. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, man, I'm getting my stuff on people's eyes, you know?
Whoa, yeah.
Whoa.
And
okay, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know we talked about this in the prior podcast as well, but this the 1 year mark, if you don't know, we started Glimpse January 1st, that's when it launched. And so at the 1 year mark, we plan to do some form of rebranding and re-looking at, just a nice refresh of what we got. And so that's going to impact YouTube's and impact this podcast. It's going to impact our graphics and kind of how we brand the account. It's still going to be the same type of content, so don't worry about that.
Yep.
But just trying, because that's the thing when you're in this type of business, quote unquote business, because we're not making money or anything, but in just terms of it being a thing that we're doing, we have to kind
Keep it
of
fresh.
capitalize on it. And that goes into it, like keeping it fresh, keeping it new, make sure the content that we're producing is good. And so like making sure that we try and get exposure
Hmm.
to hopefully make this like our job one day. Because I
And
can tell you, all right, here, if you want to go.
yeah, and TikTok is like our main source of views right now. And
Yeah.
I'll apologize. I didn't upload a lot of TikToks when I was sick, um, but they will be weekly now. If you were on TikTok and you were watching stuff, and maybe you saw our stuff on here and wanted to check those out, it I would say the TikTok's doing pretty well view base, but
Mm.
follower base, it's here and there.
Yeah. And it's definitely, again, like we're only a year into it. So it's definitely something that we'll keep figuring out and we'll
Yeah,
do a lot of research on. And yeah, just like for this to get to the point where it's like, okay, we can do this like full time, which is obviously like the end goal. We all have like stuff to kind of back up on if it
yep.
doesn't, but like that'd be crazy if it does happen.
100 subs by the end of the year, please and thank
That
you.
would
That
be
would be
legit.
like that would literally make our year. It would show what we've
Yeah.
done and
I mean,
put into like actual numbers what we've done.
I think launching the channel, launching a podcast, doing some other stuff on the side, and we're at the point that we're at for a year is like that's pretty insane.
Yeah,
So,
and there's some people that don't really know the outside look of like what we do. Uh, all
mm,
this graphic stuff that you're seeing is done by Keaton. Editing done by Keaton and Frankie, and gonna be me soon. And then what we do outside of YouTube is literally like camera work stuff, and we've done it like a couple times, and we're still waiting for more people to like see what we do and like want our business and stuff. But that's most of the
mm,
stuff we do on the outside that you guys don't really see until you see like the final product.
yeah.
But speaking of products, good segue. This would be the sponsors section, but no sponsors yet. But I'll just segue it into a different topic. Products.
Oh.
Christmas time, Black Friday. I thought we would talk about what kind of presents that you might make a list for your mom and dad if you still do that, or if they still want those, just so they can pick through. I thought we would talk about our list that we would
What
want for
we're
Christmas.
what we're aching for a little bit.
Yeah, a little quaking in our boots, like gimme, gimme.
Yeah.
But if you want, I can go first. I have a list right here.
Yeah, you can go for it.
So, the essentials, shoes. I love shoes. I would like literally any pair of Jordans. Just let me have. I have, What shoes do I have right now? I have like my work Nike shoes. I got a pair of Pumas. I got some Nike Air Force One blacks, and and I have Crocs, obviously, but that's not a shoe. It's like a clog. Um, and I got some socks, underwear, clothes, the essential, some like deodorant stuff because you got to smell good. But the stuff that points like sticks out that I would want more. I want new keyboard switches and caps.
Hmm.
Um, I have like the default keyboard switches and caps I can show really quick if you're on YouTube. I'm gonna disconnect my keyboard. There we go. It's and Pro 2 if you're on YouTube. Lights up and everything. 60% keyboard. The actual colored keycaps that are here are the default ones that they gave me, and same thing with the white ones. Default ones that they gave me, and the switches on the inside are actually, I think, MX Blues. They're blue. I don't understand. I don't fully know what they are,
That seems right.
but that uh, I would like some more knives. I have like 3 knives right now that are kind of sick, and I can always want to boost my collection. um,
Yeah.
I don't need one, but I put PS5 question mark just cuz.
I I'm I don't know. Like I don't really keep up with PlayStation stuff that
Hmm.
much anymore. Of course if like a big exclusive comes out, like I'll take notice and like read up on it or whatever.
God of War.
Yeah. but like in terms of PS5s, I assume they're still like hard to get, like
Yeah.
graphics cards, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still just out of stock everywhere, and you have to wait for the actual, um, like in what is it called? The actual date that they restock in stores.
Mm,
Yeah, same thing, but they're easier to get than graphics cards for sure.
mm.
To go down the list more, I need new control freaks for my controller, new joysticks.
Mm.
Some people we push hard on the controller and they start to break. I don't know if I have a controller near
Um,
me, but are you still rocking a default controller you bought?
I have default controller. I have control
Oh,
freaks.
that's
I'm
good.
showing to the camera.
Yeah. I didn't even see the rip.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I started with. Mine are like built into the actual joystick, but yeah, that's what I started with, and they worked pretty good.
Yeah, so I have a default controller. I have control freaks I put on. I don't remember. I think these are like the Infernal ones or something.
Yeah.
And they're concave, which I like. But I've had to like rotate on the joystick itself, like where the control freak rests, because I've been just because when we play, we push and or whatever. We play a
Yeah.
Warzone and we push or whatever. And so they're ripping because of it. So I'm definitely have to get I I'll get to that once I get to my list.
Yeah.
So you keep going, but
And for those of you that don't know what the control freaks are, they are little pieces of plastic that snap onto your joysticks of your controller, and they just give you better grip when moving your joysticks. I need a dongle for my phone. I need like a adapter so that I can use like aux plugs and stuff, and use or like a splitter. I need I'm adding that. I'm adding that. I need a splitter. Um, I would like a new iPhone 11 case. I mean, mine's not too bad. It's like a engraved skull and rose case, which is pretty sick. But you can always use a new case. And I put for the last one, which is like a Hail Mary throw, new monitor and a triple monitor stand.
Hmm.
So that I feel like is a decent list to go off of if you want one expensive item and stuff.
If
So yeah,
you so if you don't know, Ryan just built a new PC,
yeah.
and long story short, I had a graphics card that Eli, my brother, gave to me because he got it from a friend who doesn't want to try and resell stuff. So he just gave it to me to use for parts.
Hmm.
And that's better than Ryan's old graphics
Yeah.
card. So we built a new PC around that being temporarily used
Hmm.
until he gets like a 3070 or a better graphics card.
Right.
So if you could get first a new card and then get insane high FPS when we're game we're playing, and then get a nice like
Triple
high
monitor.
refresh rate
Oh,
monitor, and then yeah, like the monitors on the side, that'd be pretty dope.
yeah. I mean, my
So,
desk definitely isn't big enough to like sit through monitors, and that's why I need a stand.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I think that's my list. I think we move on to what you want for Christmas. You know,
that's actually kind of interesting to think about. I kind of want to make like a desk, like
make a desk.
no, well, I okay. Now that brings up two things. First, I would love to make a desk. I would know exactly how I would want to make it.
Would you go for an
And
L?
yes,
Yeah.
1000%. But two, make like a desk tour. I kind of
Mm.
am interested to like show people what I got set up and then see how they would kind of change it. It'd be
Your
kind of
setup is
interesting.
kind of clean. Mine's just
Yeah, I
like
take pride in my setup.
I've got literally. If I showed you, I got cups, cans, my my mixer, lopsided, bunch of glimpse cards, um, silly string, whistles, candles. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much everywhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I guess to start off my list, I think that's probably my number one thing is getting like a scuff controller
Mm.
because
Like a
I'm
full-on
rocking
scuff
a
controller.
yeah. So I'm rocking a default PS4 controller right now, which is good. I have the control freaks like we talked about on them, and those are getting pretty worn out. And if you don't know, I might have said this in like one of the beginning podcasts. I don't even know if this happened during that time, but I have smashed my
Yeah,
controller against my desk
we've
too
talked
many
about that.
times. So that is definitely a reason to upgrade because I know it's not as crisp in terms of like interactions with it. So
And
I'd love to get a new one.
yeah, and
So
to keep in mind, just from using it and being like as delicate as I can with the controller, mine's starting to get a stick drift. So
mm,
it's not forever. I've had two scuff controllers. I don't even know where the other one is. But I've had two scuff controllers and they both started to get right stick drift. So I just be
mm.
careful with how you use it.
Yeah, so I'll probably look into that, but some form of new controller or
Mm-hmm.
something that's definitely up there.
Get you an afterglow.
Um, definitely. Otherwise, like the only other thing that's really um like on my priority,
Get you a new keyboard.
because I do want a new keyboard. It's not like a
That one with
need.
like the curly wire.
Mm. That to me,
I
I
don't
don't
understand
know.
it.
No. Um,
Old
if I
school.
were to get a new keyboard, it would be a glorious gaming keyboard because I have a
Mm.
glorious gaming mouse,
Yeah,
and
same.
then I would be able to swap switches. Um, but that's not like my priority right now. And I would probably just buy that later. The thing that's like somewhat up there are lenses for my camera, because I just have one lens, and I'd like to get just like a variety of lenses. And lenses can be very expensive if you buy them new.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy them like secondhand or aftermarket and all of that, and you can get them for decently cheap. There's this one website I forget the name of, but it'll tell you like the wear of it, and it might not be like anything on the inside that's messed up. It might just be wear and tear on the outside, but you can still get it for like way cheaper than buying it new.
Right.
So I definitely would look into that. Um, just because rocking like one lens is I can do stuff with it for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'm going for like wide angles or, you know, some micro shot, it's kind of tough. Getting a film lens, like a dedicated film lens, like a cinematic lens
And
would be
lenses are
so sick.
expensive.
Yeah, exactly. But getting like a cinematic lens would be sick because then if I, let's say, upgrade from my camera to like an actual like production film camera, then I could keep that lens and use that on the new camera. So there's a lot of stuff to think about in that case.
We'll just get you a
But
red
since
4K
I,
camera.
yeah, honestly. But since I know that this is like the path I'm going down, I know it's going to be a good investment,
Yeah,
you know? So
for sure.
that's probably my two biggest things.
And
So
then just the essentials, clothes,
yeah,
deodorant.
otherwise
You
I
smell.
don't okay, dude.
I didn't
I
say
don't
that.
clothes for like Christmas, like I definitely love some new clothes just
Mm-hmm.
'cause clothes are clothes, man. You can always drip out.
Drip, drip. Yep.
But I know for clothes I need to get like the exact link of like what I want
Yeah.
because I don't trust my parents to get me clothes.
But here's
So,
a Christmas sweater that lights up.
well, it's not just that, it's just like this is how people dress, right? Or just like
Yeah.
when joggers were like the biggest thing ever.
Yo, man, I
It's
still wear
like
joggers, fam.
yeah, but when it like blew up, it was like that's the only thing,
Yeah.
it was like you say you need pants? Joggers. Here's
Jog-
joggers.
Yo,
It's like oh,
here are these ripped
yeah.
jeans. Some jogger khakis.
But
Um,
I appreciate it. But
yeah. But anyways, we can go on to a new topic that I thought of actually this morning. Um, I had the idea for some reason in my head, like if I if there was a fire in my house and I needed and I only had 60 seconds to grab as many items as I can. What items am I grabbing and how would I do it? Yeah, go ahead.
Saving me.
You're not in my house.
How do you know?
Oh, shoot. Well, I mean, are you? Like,
Uh, you just turn around, just like the camera shows you behind me.
oh, God.
Hmm.
But this morning I was thinking about it. I was like, 60 seconds. If I actually had 60 seconds to grab stuff, I think I would get up, flatten my blanket out, PS4 sits in the blanket, keyboard, mouse. I would actually go, actually, no, okay, scratch that. PC first. Go to the PC, unplug everything. Mouse and keyboard would then be able to rip off of my desk because then the cords are free. That would go in the blanket like a satchel. Throw over your shoulder. I would try to get all the small things first, and then monitors maybe to try and fit inside of it. Now this is where it gets crazy. I close up the blanket, throw like somewhat bring it over my shoulder, and then I try to one arm the PC, which is heavy.
I I don't know about that in 60 seconds.
Yo, man, I get up. I'm like, okay, starfish, flatten out the blanket, throw everything in, close it. I'm one arm in the PC.
I'd say
Period. That's it.
if if I had like other people in the house, right? And like let's say my mom and my dad, like they take care of like the family photos and that stuff. I don't have to worry about that.
You
If it's
literally
just
just
like,
stuff in your room.
okay, well then easily it's gonna be I have my camera.
Hmm.
I put it in the camera bag.
But is it in the
Boom.
camera bag already?
Nah, it's right there, dude. I just rip out
So,
2 cords and then it's in the camera bag.
all right, that's 10
So
seconds.
I put that in
Just
the
kidding.
camera bag and that's in a satchel, right?
Yep.
So boo, yeah, I got that around my arm. And then it's there's no shot I'm saving my monitor
Oh.
because I have it on a stand so it's screwed onto the table. So that's
Yeah,
gone.
just grab the desk.
True. So I'm definitely taking the PS4.
Hmm.
I'm unplugging the cords. I'm sitting that on top of the PC, unplugging those cords, and then I'm just hauling that all out.
You still have a
So
hand. You have your camera bag on your shoulder.
yeah, but I don't think I'd be able to unplug enough other stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
I could rip my mouse and my keyboard, I guess, because it's
Yeah.
unplugged.
I
So
mean, that's, yeah, I would love to hear what Frankie would grab because if he's in his room, his setup's downstairs.
that's true.
Or if that in his actual house. Yeah, I would wonder
Hmm.
how he would do that. What would he grab? If you think of Frankie's room, what is he grabbing?
Well, if he's at his setup,
No, no, no.
the only
Setup's
thing.
downstairs. Can't make it.
Oh, so just his
His
room,
room. What is he grabbing? Like
his pillow.
photos? Sleeping on the
No,
street?
well, actually, if he's in his room, then yeah, he might have. He has that photo board, so you probably
Yeah.
grab that.
Man,
Um,
his TV that's at the edge of his
clothes
bed?
and clothes, I guess, and shoes.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I didn't even. Oh my god, I didn't even think about my grandma. I
Yeah,
have,
I'd probably grab
I
that.
have like my like Paul Bear like pin inside of like my grandma's invitation like thing when she passed away, and I didn't even think about grabbing that. I feel so bad.
Yeah, I'd probably grab that.
Oh
Yeah, I
shoot!
don't have too much like sentimental stuff like hung up in my room, I guess.
Gotta
It's more
grab
so,
the shiny
oh,
uh,
that's true. That
Torg.
that's how you instead of packing everything up, that's just how you beat the flames.
Yeah, you just use it and kill it. But
So
yeah.
there you go, problem solved.
Uh, but yeah, I mean that I think that's what I would grab. I'd just use my blanket as a satchel and just start hauling things. Um, but
I'd love to
to
see that happen.
but when this podcast comes out on Sunday, we have the Packer game that's going to be playing, and this one's going to be a very controversial one because we are bet against to lose.
Hmm.
And if you guys don't know why the Packers are bet against to lose, Aaron Rodgers actually got COVID-19 during a Halloween party that he had.
Yeah.
And, people are like making fun of him, like, oh, I thought he said he was vaccinated, is he not?
He is not vaccinated, but the NFL knew that he wasn't vaccinated.
Right. I mean, yeah, he got COVID. Frankie would probably go into way more depth in this, and he's probably punching his screen right now. Like, what are these guys talking about? But yeah, he got COVID. He had to put in our backup Jordan Love, which we drafted this season, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's gonna
Oh, and
be
that's why we had the whole big controversy of is Aaron going to be
yeah.
in this season or not? Because we drafted him, and then yeah, that whole thing, which
I
people will
guess we're
probably know
gonna
about. So,
see Jordan Love's moves if he's got them or if he doesn't. Um,
um, with with Aaron Rodgers getting COVID, so the entire like big news thing is, and some agree, some to some degree, I agree. Wow,
hmm,
say that fast. Um, so he got COVID. He's not vaccinated. The NFL knew that, so it's not like he handed in some fake card or said he was, but never confirmed it. He's not vaccinated. He gave his reasons why he's not vaccinated, and it does suck for the team that he wasn't vaccinated. But I'd also like to say, like, there's people that are vaccinated that are still getting it.
yeah,
The more so thing of what he should have been doing was not having a Halloween party, but at the same time, he's only human. Like
right.
you're gonna want to have some fun in your life, even if it's during a season. And granted, after the season, he could have as much fun as possible, but he's still doing stuff.
Yeah,
So you got to let a man relax. This would go for anybody if anybody was to get COVID.
it's just his
Like
social
granted, there
status
are
that makes him get more flack than he actually should
exactly.
have.
So like granted, everybody should take precautions, but there's always a chance for it to happen. Like school. Like I'm at
Yeah,
school and I'm vaccinated, but I could still get it.
yeah.
And people that are vaccinated or not vaccinated that go to school could still get it. So you're always running the risk of going to school. So like it's just a tough situation. It sucks that he got it. It sucks that for the Bucks, Chris Middleton got it.
Ooh.
And for the Brewers, Christian Yelich got it. So it's just like I saw a post that was like COVID hates Wisconsin teams, and it's an unfortunate thing, but it happened. We just gotta kind of push past it. We're betted against, but think we still win this game.
Yeah,
You look at us going against the Cardinals, which was something we can talk about as well. We went against the Cardinals. We were missing so many players, but we still dubbed it out. It was very
yeah.
close. Um, but it shouldn't have been that close if we had our entire team. We should
Right.
literally, first of all, we should have been a touchdown ahead. But then if we had our entire team, we probably would have been at least two touchdowns ahead. So if that's, at the time, the team that's 7-0, we're going against the Chiefs, who, yes, we're missing our QB,
Mm-hmm.
but Jordan Love isn't bad. It's not like
No.
we're just chucking in like a toddler and it's like let's make this work,
Right.
guys. It's like
And
he's still an NFL player.
right. And
Like we have faith in this guy.
what people don't understand is like they didn't just randomly pick somebody up off the street and they're just like, yeah, yeah, come play with us. No, this guy went through probably high school, college, and proved himself to freaking get to the NFL.
Yeah,
They're
like
not
that's
just
that's
randomly
how
grabbing
you
somebody.
that's how you have to look at it. It's like this guy is the dude we were going to replace Aaron
Right.
Rodgers with. We have like the coaching has that much faith in this dude. So I think we can, and this might blow up in my face, but I think we can beat the Chiefs
Yeah.
the way we're at.
And I think
And
there's
especially when we still have an amazing run game,
right.
like we're fine, people.
The,
Let's take a chill
a
pill
chill
right now.
pill. Yeah. There's clips of Jordan Love playing as our quarterback out there. And I don't know what games they were, but it looked like they were just like
Preseason
yeah,
games.
like preseason games. Um he he looked fine. I mean, they probably were showing only highlights, but like what he was doing was at most like S tier Lamar Jackson. I mean, like who knows if this guy can run, but he's definitely throwing like one of these quarterbacks that we know. So I mean,
Mm.
I'm not worried at all. This is just a bump in the road that could last for 2 weeks, and I don't know. I feel like we're
Yeah.
dubbing it out. It's probably going to be a really close game. Like I'm thinking, oh man, I never told you guys score predictions when we were talking in the group chat, but I'm thinking, oh man,
My
2016 or 2018.
so my prediction was 2014, and
Yeah.
compared to the prior weeks, if this is your first time watching the podcast and talking and listening to us talk about sports, I have been like so close with
Like
every
literally a
single
point
score
off.
prediction. And so this one, and those are more like gut feeling, like this is what the score is going to be. This one, this may be the downfall of my streak, but I actually kind of like thought it out a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went 2014, I think, because granted we're down Aaron Rodgers, we're still a really good team. The Chiefs aren't like the worst team in the league, so they're going to get points.
Yeah,
So I think them getting 2 touchdowns is fair. And then I think us getting 2 touchdowns, but then not being able to fully compromise on our offense. So we'll get 2 field goals.
yeah,
So that's my guess.
for sure. Um,
So,
I'm just I'm hoping when they're listening to this or whoever's watching this, I hope nothing that we just said blew up on our face.
yeah.
We might be 7-2 or 8-2, 8-1. Or what?
7-2.
We're 7-1 right now. I hope we're
Yep.
not 7-2 when we're watching this or listening to this. But anyways, on to our next topic. Call of Duty Vanguard came out a couple
Mm,
days ago, and a lot has happened. A lot
yeah.
could be said in a whole episode, but we only got 18 minutes to discuss what we think.
We got 18 minutes though.
Yeah, 32, 33, 33, 10. Yeah,
Okay,
we still
well,
got time.
um,
I would say to start off, people are starting to use unlock tools for weapons and camos. I
all
think
right.
that's kind of annoying. Like,
Mm,
just play the game. Play the
yeah.
game. Like, the camos challenges aren't that hard. I unlocked all of the STG stuff a couple days ago, and I'm looking at the camo challenges. It's honestly not that hard. People who just randomly are just like, how to buy an unlock tool. Yeah, good on you for paying your money to it, but like, get a life. I mean, like, why? Just play the game. It makes it unfun when you see people like that. I mean, it doesn't hurt you in any way to see somebody play like that, but it's just knowing that they did it.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not hacks, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is. And because I think that was the same thing on Black Ops 4, was people were unlocked tooling Dark Matter very
Hmm.
early on. So FaZe Jev, he unlocked Dark Matter, and then the like accounts got regressed like a day or something.
And his got taken away, didn't
And
it?
yeah, his got taken away and it was just never fixed. So it's like like face value, it doesn't hurt anyone, but they're probably gonna do the same thing where it's gonna
Yeah.
revert some progress. So it's pretty bad.
And to go along with Vanguard, they have zombies. Um, really blew it on this one. They got rid of the one thing that made zombies, which was the round based like maps and stuff. I don't know if
Mm,
they're gonna add a round based map by the beginning of season one, because right now it says preseason because of
mm,
Cold War's season battle pass. Um, the maps that you play is literally just reskinned multiplayer maps, and the multiplayer maps aren't original either because they're reskinned World at War maps, which is the stupidest thing. It took them a year to make this game, and it's just reskinned old game maps. What is happening?
I I would say this, just to like put it out there. I know we said this, but for the viewers. So this game is made by Sledgehammer,
hmm
and instead of Infinity Ward making the game, Sledgehammer had to make the game because Infinity Ward wants to work on the next game longer. So Sledgehammer was forced to make this game, and since that they made World War II, the last one, they were put to make this World War II game with like using some of the assets to help them get there faster. And so it does suck that the game is not rushed, but on a sense it is because it's using prior stuff. But the
Filming.
ideas like
Filming.
zombies, what are you doing?
Filming. Hmm?
What are you doing?
No, I'm just breathing.
Okay. Um, the ideas like zombies, which again, from Cold War zombies, right? You got Treyarch,
Yep.
and that zombies is different from past zombies. The launch of it was good, and they didn't really like follow through. Kind of got worse over time. The final map is a map from the campaign, but you
Right.
got to think about it like this: Treyarch was working on that, and at the same time had to work on the zombies also for Vanguard. So it's not so much in a sense of like it's Treyarch's fault or it's Sledgehammer's fault.
Right.
It's more the sense of, and I just think this partly because it is this way and a personal vendetta. Infinity Ward just sucks
Yeah.
because they throw this at Sledgehammer, say, okay, you guys got to make a game real fast. Then they say like, we also want zombies, so Treyarch, you get on that.
Yeah.
Don't give you enough time to try and do any of that. Probably don't even pay you enough to actually make an entirely new zombies for this game.
hmm
And it's just like, bing, bam, boop, throw that together, launch it. We'll see you in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't like it. And then ever since, this is a hot take, but ever since Infinity Ward made Warzone, got them super popular,
hmm
and then everyone's like, yes, yes, Warzone.
I feel
So
like they
then they
started slacking.
incorporate that into multiplayer stuff and then making it a continuation from Infinity Ward game to Activision game to Infinity War game to Activision game. That is 1000%, and write this in the books, going to be the downfall of
Yeah.
pubs.
For
Because
sure.
that's what makes it terrible. Is we go from okay,
What do you
Modern Warfare,
What do you think the
and
percentage is of multiplayer to Warzone?
oh my gosh, multiplayer. The only reason why people hop on multiplayer is to get
Camos and gun
camos.
and
That's it.
attachment unlocks.
That's the only thing. And so then what do? They increase the level of attachments to 70.
Yep.
And
So
they
you play
say,
multiplayer more.
play more pubs, but they don't try and make it fun. Granted, Sledgehammer, because it's Sledgehammer and not Infinity War this year, Sledgehammer, I think, has actually done pubs justice. Because in the beta, the game feels, or in the beta, the game felt amazing.
Yep.
And right now, it's just transition period of getting like from last game to this game,
hmm
and they're still adding stuff out. But like, if we keep going on this cycle of okay, the next year it's gonna be Black Ops whatever, and then the year after that it's gonna be Modern Warfare 2, which isn't gonna be Modern Warfare 2 remastered. It's gonna be like Modern Warfare 2 2022, which is gonna suck because it's not gonna be as good as Modern Warfare 2. Then we keep doing that, but all the battle passes and
Are
guns are
merging.
intertwined and all like the games are gonna look the exact same. There's gonna be no differentiation anymore.
Just by
It's not
title.
gonna be like Black Ops 3 to World War 2. Granted, World War 2 sucked, but at least it was a big change. It was something new. And then
Right.
you go from World War 2 to Black Ops 4, and like that was a big change. And that was at least again something new. Black Ops 4, I love that game. A lot of people don't,
I
but
love
at
that
least it was a
game.
good change. If you think about heading back to like MW2 to Black Ops 1, it's a change, and you can tell the games are different. We're gonna get to the point where these games are just gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
It's
Right
gonna
as of
suck.
right now, it's and people don't really know because maybe they're too young to know or maybe they're just oblivious. Every Call of Duty is the same Call of Duty engine. It's just reskinned version and different statistics to guns. Like if you look at Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4, same game, same UI, just different playstyle, different feeling. Modern Warfare to Cold War, different movement, similar AI. Cold War to Vanguard, same UI, way different feeling of movement. They just tweak a little things and then here's the game. And we'll just use maps from old games and give us money, you know?
Mm.
Um, which is sad that they do that. I wish they just made maps that people enjoyed, 3-lane maps like back in the day, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. But they don't do that anymore, and they're just for the coin. Um, but they're, what was I going to say? Oh, zombies. Just to sort of reel it back a little bit. Some of the zombie YouTubers that film and live stream zombies and Easter egg hunt and stuff like that, they're fuming right now. Absolutely fuming.
Mm.
Um, they don't have an Easter egg right now on launch.
Yeah.
They have a zombies mode that was supposed to keep their channels going. Probably won't because of the way that it's set up. And one of their quotes, I'm probably gonna butcher it, but one of their quotes were, they have, and they're talking about Treyarch here. They have the drive, they have the ideas, but they don't have the execution. And what they basically were saying is this game feels like an alpha, beta, zombies experience. Like that's what it feels like, which
Mm-hmm.
says a lot about zombies as a whole right now. Because if you were to think about it, let's go back in time. Black Ops 2, Transit. You spawn in, you have a pistol. 500 points, you got to get to the bus to get some points, get some guns. Nowadays, create a class, put whatever gun you want, whatever attachments you want on it, and here's a field upgrade to help you. Right? You spawn in with 500 points, sure, but Vanguard zombies, you just get perks for free and you just spend money to upgrade
Yeah.
them. You spawn into this map, you have a box to your left, a robot that gives you armor to your right, a pack-a-punch machine farther down the middle, a machine that gives you add-ons that make your character better. Like, do they think that Call of Duty players or zombie players in general are just bad these days? Maybe they're trying to make the communities, like, maybe make them want to move over and try a different version of the game. I don't know what they're doing, but they're really just ruining the old players that come back to play zombies.
I
It's kind of sad, honestly.
again, just to like say it like again, I think Treyarch was kind of screwed over
Mm-hmm.
in the amount of time. Like what you said, kind of feels like an alpha or beta version of the game. So like the game itself, it might have had really cool stuff that they want to introduce, but I just don't think that they had the
They had enough
time
time.
between Cold War and this.
Wasn't it like a
And
2 year gap, like a couple years ago, where like between games?
yeah, it used to be
Now it's
only
only a year.
on Black Ops games.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're
And
just.
so then they've literally had their
Ugh.
time cut in half. And so it sucks. And yeah, maybe they wanted to introduce some really cool stuff. Because in Cold War, when Cold War launched and Cold War Zombies was new, it was like that was the first map. It was cool.
Yeah,
It might have not been like it was definitely the easiest zombies,
for sure.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it gets new players into it. And they could have made the later maps that they introduced harder, but at least it was like some innovation. And I don't think that they had enough time to really iron anything out from this game for Vanguard. So it's just kind of sucks the situation that they were in. And yeah, like I think it's just a crappy situation. I hope at the 2 week marks when it's not preseason and the
Yeah,
season launches, they launch
they
new stuff.
fix things.
Because then if like a new zombies map launches straight away, that would save it. Like if this is just like the warm up or something, then I guess that's fine. But if they don't launch a map, it's gonna suck.
Right.
And then at the 2 week mark again, Cold War is gonna be booted out, and now it's gonna be Warzone and Vanguard.
Yep.
Warzone is gonna have its update.
Pacific. Yep.
Yeah, we'll get that, I guess, which I'm not gonna want to play. But we'll have that, which is gonna have, I think, still Cold War guns in it,
Mm-hmm.
along Modern Warfare guns and Vanguard guns. That's a whole different story. But I think the moral of this entire thing is I think because how interconnected they are, you're essentially limiting the innovation you can take inside of a game. Just think of going from Black Ops 1, right?
Okay.
All right, it's pretty modern, right? Like, it's not like futuristic, it's not super old. You got
Yep.
like normal guns. Going Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 2.
It was a
That
little bit of a
that was
futuristic jump, a little bit.
like in terms of what you saw though, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2 was like the biggest like holy like this is different. I don't think we're gonna get that. And
Well,
not just because it was futuristic, the mechanics were different. They introduced like new kill streaks, new gadgets. It was all like super new. And now we just have, all right, we had Black Ops 4, which is probably the last time we're gonna see that. Now we go to Modern Warfare 2019. Oh wow, this game looks crap.
yeah.
Plays like crap. The pubs are crap. It's camping. Nice. But Warzone made it good. Still
Right.
people think it's good. And then we go to Cold War. Oh, nice. This is
Better.
not that new. It's better, but it's not that new in terms of what it is. And now we're with Vanguard. It's like, hey, this is World War II. So
Oh
I
God.
I don't know. The next game by Activision
I just hope
needs to
it needs to
be
be.
like
I'm already wanting it. That's how bad it is. I feel right now for this game.
it needs like I think again the pubs in Vanguard are good. I think I'm gonna enjoy playing the pubs on this way more than the pubs in Modern Warfare
Yeah.
2019 for sure. But the next game from Activision, Black Ops 5 or
Whatever
whatever,
it is,
that game needs to be amazing. It
they need
has
to
to
give
be.
me some nostalgia feeling. I swear.
Yeah.
But anyways, this wraps up our episode 22 for the Catch a Glimpse podcast. If you did enjoy and you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, please leave a favorite on the podcast. Follow the podcast, ring the bell notifications for the podcast to be
Mm.
up to date on when we do upload these. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We upload these on Sundays at 4:30. And Keen, if you have anything else to say, I think this is about
Just
it
make
for this
sure
episode.
check out our link tree. Get all these links in there. Instagram. You know, stay up with those notifications and TikTok for that good content. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
But
all I got.
if you guys enjoyed, again, everything that I just said, and we'll see you later in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.